Hello and welcome to Game 2 of our series between Ivory Gaming and Invidious. I am Husey and joining me with a functioning replay is Nightfall.
It feels good to have a functioning replay. I was streaming from I was casting from stream last game, and I apologize for my bad casting there, but we did work through it, and that exciting game that went to 1 hour was, I don't even know what that was. That was absolutely exciting.
It was, to put it a bit harshly, it was a throw, pure and simple. Like, Ivory had that game in control up to about 45 minutes, and then they just threw it from there. But let's go through our picks and bans as we can see them. So we've got an Wk1 and Ratatoska banned from Ivory Gaming, Thor and Sylvanas banned from Invidious. So what do you make of those?
It looks like Wk1 and Ratatoska from Invidious. Not the other way around, what you said. But anyways.
Oh,
so
yes.
Ratatoska, we've not seen him being out of ban stage from Pro League or Pro League qualifiers or anything of the sort. No one wants to deal with him. Same with Wk1. His damage is so high, you just don't want to deal with it at all. So you just ban that away. Sylvanas and Thor because of his mobility, the damage in team fights, and Sylvanas just because he's generally OP. Now into the bans, we got the picks. Ymir picked up for Invidious, and that's taken away from Just Jelly.
Yeah, they saw what good work he did with it last game with those walls. A couple of missed freezes, but still the walls really disrupted a lot of Invidious's momentum. And so they thought, you know what, we can use that. They made me looking to put that in the jungle for Freemason. He did use some main support, so it'll be a god he's at least familiar with. On the side of Ivory Gaming, we could see OCE and Geb picked up. Rob Diggity just absolutely played fantastically last game, except for that death at the end under the Titan. But before that, he got a lot of kills and dealt a lot of damage.
Yeah, he was 14-3 last time we checked. So his OCE is very, very strong, especially into that early to mid game. He only died once. But then into that late game is where he died 3 extra times. So yeah, Geb as well. Great pickup to counter the Ymir, because the Ymir stun, if Geb does not get caught, he can instantly cleanse it away from Rob Diggity.
Exactly right. Looking back towards Invidious now, we've got Isis and Bologna. The Bologna from Freemason last game was pretty insane.
Yeah, it was great. Great initiations with the Eagles rally, and just great overall team fighting while sticking to those carries and making sure that they can't get into position to deal that damage. But it's very hard to do that against an Agni, so we'll have to see how well he does it again this match against Mouse's Agni.
Yeah, so Ivory have up again the Agni, and Mouse, he did alright with it that game. He was picked on a lot by Invidious. He seemed to be really the target in that one. Looking towards our next set of bans here, we've got Odin banned by Ivory. That's obviously a respect ban towards Top Notch after the disruption he caused in the Pro League qualifier games. And Sun Wukong banned from Invidious.
Interesting. So that was banned away from Synchro. Synchro did play it very, very well last game, and he just sustained in team fights for as long as possible and dealt so much damage with that mystical mail and that what's the colloquial term for it? The club, the overhand, the stick.
I think you're on your own there, Nightfall.
Okay.
Alrighty, and then back towards our teams now. Ivory lock in that Circuit pick. Jack 47 in the early game, surprisingly enough, did a lot with her. Early to mid game, I should say, but towards the end kind of was a bit of a non-factor due to the kind of very tanky nature of Invidious's team. He couldn't really get into that backline too much without just getting absolutely bursted down. Then we see for Invidious, Ulla and Osiris picked up.
Ulla is such a strong god, and Rana Barana, it is his preference god. He's got absolutely great mechanics, and it's what you need on Ulla with the hail of arrows, bladed arrow, and the thrown axe for the stun. All of that put together, and it's just a truckload of burst damage, especially when you get that Transcendence first.
Exactly right. And then the final pick for Ivory is going to be Athena. So that looks like it's going to be an Athena solo for Synchro. He's known for his a little bit janky picks, not the kind of standard ones. We have seen Athena solo before in the Invitational ladder and out of the SPL. And Athena, really versatile, can really be played anywhere and can do a lot of damage if you play her correctly.
And both team comps are quite tanky with Ymir, Bellona, Osiris, and a Athena Gib. And just both of those can initiate well. They've got good team fights, and the utility from all the tanks in the game right now is extremely good, especially Blink Ymir.
Exactly right. All right, we're going to leave it there for now. We're going to take a short break, and we'll see you in the match, but that's all for now.
To survive, gave me the will to live my life. Now that you pushed me away, I find it so hard to believe, find it so hard to be me. Quand je vois ton sourire, je me demande, sera-t-il le mien? Encore une fois, toi et moi, main dans la main. Maintenant je vois ta décision. Je resterai dans ma maison, la maison de mon cœur, celle de verre que j'aurais dû bâtir avec de la pierre. I pushed you away, I pushed you away. It's too late to come back now. Push by duty. I pushed you away.
Hello and welcome back to Game 2 of our first set of the second day of the first week, that's a lot of numbers there, of the Smite Oceanic Pro League. This game is between Invidious and Ivory Gaming, and we saw last game one of the longest matches I've ever been a part of.
Yeah, that was huge, and the turnaround from Invidious, able to take that one out at 1 hour into the game. After being down for so long against Ivory, probably one of the most exciting, absolutely must-watch games of the entire OCE scene. I would put it up there. Yep.
Alrighty, so for those who haven't joined us, we're going to run through our teams now. Invidious fighting under the blue health bars and out of the order side of the map. We have got Top Notch in the solo lane on Osiris, Freemason in the jungle with the chick with the big hammer, Bellona, Just Rogues in the mid lane with Isis, Nick Crick and Rana make up your duo lane as Ymir and Ulla.
And on the Chaos side of the map, at the top side of the map, on the right side of the Spectator UI, is Synchro in the solo lane. On that Athena. In the jungle is Jack47 on Sir Crit. In the mid lane is on a mouse. We'll just call a mouse on Agni in the mid lane. And our duo lane is Just Jelly and Rob Diggity on Gib and Ho Yi.
And if Rob Diggity does even a fraction of what he did last game with that Ho Yi, it's going to be incredible for Ivory. And we could see actually Invidious they took the left-hand side mid-camp. Just Rogue not going for his red buff, and then Nick Crick Runner going for that purple.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see this early game because Gib against Ymir, he can cleanse that that stun from Ymir. So I'm not too sure who to give it to early game. The clear as well from Ulla is a lot stronger than the Ho Yi.
Yeah, I'm going to give the early game a little bit to Invidious here. Just as you said, Ula and Ymir is a bit stronger of a combo than the Geb and Hoyi. Obviously, as you said, the Stone Shield cleanses the freeze from... Oh, Nikrik blinks in onto Just Jelly. Some nice early aggression here. He's under half health, but so is Nikrik. He's tanked a lot of minions. Rob Diggity jumps over the top. Nikrik extremely low, but they're going to disengage here. Nice aggression there from both teams.
Yeah. Good trade. So that was in favor of Ivory, as Rob Diggity didn't take as much damage as Burana, but Just Jelly was equal in damage to Nikrik. So that was a very nice engage from Invidious, but nice turnaround of damage from Ivory.
Exactly right. We can see Jack47 hanging around this duo lane now. Get to pick on Nikrik or Burana if they're on too little health. Just Jelly blinks in and knocks up Nikrik. His Jack47 hits him with the poison. He's getting extremely low, but runs away under the tower. Rob Diggity not managing to land the ricochet stun.
And if he was able to land that stun, I think... Oh, I don't know. No, it wouldn't have led to a kill, but much more damage in favor of Ivory. Now Jack is rotated to the mid lane. So has Freemason, and they're just going to push up the wave. And other than that blink in and that Jack gank over there in the left lane, no kills coming through 2 minutes into the game. Mid camps were taken, but nothing else, nothing huge coming through.
Yeah, well, it's still very early in the game. You know, if anything, if last game's anything to go by, you know, we're in for a long ride this time as well. So, you know, all the action, it was action all game last time, and you know, hopefully it's more of the same, but a little bit of a shorter time frame.
So 3 now into the mid lane, and the setup from Just Rogue and Freemason and Nikrik with the Spirit Ball, the Eagles Rally, and the Blink Freeze. As we do see the Blink Freeze down onto Jack47. Will the last Wing Gust pick him up? No, he won't. He'll be able to get out of there just in the nick of time. And very nice fight. Very, sorry, engage, but good disengage from Ivory. Very close.
Jack47 escaped with a sliver of health there. You know, first blood in this game, I feel, is going to be huge in terms of mentality rather than actually what it will give them in the game. Just in terms of the confidence and things like that. Invidious will be feeling really good after that last match, but still a little bit wary. Nikrik gets a good wall there, but Mouse just able to dash out to the side. Invidious will be feeling good about themselves, but still wary of Ivory, and Ivory will be they'll be mad right now because they should have won that last game, and well, obviously they didn't. It was just a misplay at the end there. I said it before, and they really need to get that first blood or some nice early camp steals. Or Rob Diggity getting engaged hard by Burana. A nice axe stun. The Sunbreaker comes down. Rob
one more auto.
Juking the auto attacks. Burana needs to hit one. He dives the tower, but he's not going to be enough.
One auto would have changed it now. Over here to the mids is Just Jelly. He knocks up Nikrik. And now Nikrik is just zoning off Jack47 so that his team can secure those mid camps, and he's going to get it. And it's Invidious on top of these mid camp control.
They don't want to fall behind early like they did last game and have to win it right at the end through one final team fight. They want to be in front this whole game and really take control, because from that 45-minute mark onward, they were the ones that were in control. And that really suited them a lot better. They were able to really dictate the terms of the game a lot better than Ivory were able to, and they came out on top in most of the team fights.
And I'm liking the team comp more for Invidious, mainly because of this Osiris. So Osiris is such a great tank. He's a great warrior, can jump into team fights. He's got the anti-healing, he's got that Judgment Tether who can stun up the entire team if they don't get out of range. And he just deals so much damage, especially if you get a kin size like we saw in the LAN finals of the NA SPL and the EU SPL. I'm not too sure who built it, but it was huge. It changed the game.
Right, in the right-hand lane, Kuro and Topmuch just bashing around each other. Topmuch has still got his ultimate available if he should wish to go in. No jungle presence in the area, though, means neither of these guys want to go in too deeply. Let's take a look at some of our starting builds here, Nightfall. And do you see anything interesting from any of these guys?
I think oh, actually, as we see in the gauge over in the solo lane, Topmuch does get taunted in. There's the Lord of the Afterlife. He's trying to jump on top of them, but there is the kill coming through from Jack47. He's got to be able to pick that one up. Actually, yes, yeah, it was Jack47. He got him with the Deathbane there, so Nice first coming through for Ivory on the side of
All right,
Jack
we're
47.
hitting a bit of lag issues, I think. So we're going to take a quick pause here. Be right back.
Short delay, guys. Welcome back into this game as we just see 1-for-1 trade. There's the Eagles rally spirit ball onto Jack 47. Just Rogue does get the kill with the Wingus. Now the target is Mouse. There is this a double kill for Just Rogue as he picks him up with the basic attack progression. That's a 1.5 times every third basic attack. That's huge damage coming through, but the circle of protection was used as well, and that really secured that kill onto Mouse.
Exactly right. Over in the left-hand side, Ryle Briner engaging onto Rob Diggity there. Rob gets a nice stun down onto the ADC from Invidious. He's looking to keep pressuring this lane now as Ryle Briner is very low on mana. Rob Diggity's still got the majority of that up for himself. Worried a little bit about ganking here as there is no wards on the left-hand side of the map.
And that's that burst coming through from Ula, like we mentioned, pick and ban stage. Dealing so much damage to Rob Diggity, and he's not able to do anything because he's stunned up, and it just makes an easy target for Rana Barana.
Exactly right. Towards the mid lane, Top Notch is rotated for the right-hand side mid camps. Jack 47 looking to steal these away, and he does. Top Notch links Jack 47 in. Here's the defender of Olympus from Synchro. He comes over into the fight. Spirit Ball from Just Rogue gonna take down Just Jelly. Actually, Nick Crip gets a double kill there, but pays for a kill for Mr. Mouse. Freemason gets stunned out by Rob Diggity here. Top Notch actually hits Rob Diggity there with the scythe, but the Spirit Ball from Just Rogue gonna miss Rob Diggity and disengage it from both teams.
And that is a 3-for-1 trade for the side of Invidious. Now the kills are 5-2. The mid-camp control is on point this game, and Rana Barana is forcing Rob Diggity into a spot he doesn't want to be, but he's got the dive bomb. He'll go over the wall and he'll be out of there. So nice early lead here for Invidious. Oh, and that damage onto Rob Diggity with just 2 auto attacks and a bladed arrow is massive.
Exactly right. Not much of a differential in golden XP in our graphs if we take a look at them now. Slightly in favor of Invidious by about 1,500 on either side. But, as I said, not terribly much. You know, compared to the lead that Ivory had last game, not a whole lot for Invidious to work on, but still it is something.
And looking at these teamfight picks, Just Rogue with the Isis and the Circle of Protection can turn a teamfight around, like we saw last game. Isis wasn't even picked, but the teamfights were drastically changed because of the teamfight from Invidious. But now that they have the Circle of Protection on top of that, giving the protections and healing and damaging the enemy when detonated, the teamfights are just going to go in favor of Invidious. I can see it happening. But the Cataclysm from Just Jelly can stall out a team fight if he does get a good Blink Cataclysm combo.
Definitely towards the mid lane, we've got a 3-man grouping from Ivory, Just Jelly, along with Jack 47 and Awana Mouse looking towards Just Rogue, but they're just gonna take a quick look at each other and say, I don't really want a part of that. Now, Jack 47 gonna go towards his speed buff. We haven't really talked about the buff camps because neither team really concentrated too much on taking those away last game.
Yeah, no, they haven't, and it's more they're giving enough respect to not go too aggressive. Or as we see the freeze onto Just Jelly and the Rainfire, not going to deal too much, just a little bit of a poke here and there, but they're not focusing down the buffs because they're afraid to engage, but at the same time they're not, because as soon as they see each other they'll fight, but they're not trying to take away the buffs from each other like you mentioned.
Exactly right. All right, let's take a look back at our builds here. Let's take a look at the two hunters. Rob Diggity's gone for the Dev Gauntlets. Rana has gone for the Transcendence. The reason for that, I would suspect, is that all
caught out of position. There is the shield coming through, and a very nice wall to stop the dash. Shard device is now being charged up, and the Eagles rally on top of everything. Freemason gets a kill onto Mouse. Rob Diggity turns it around. Jack as well gets a kill onto Top Notch over there in the right lane, and now Rana extremely low, just Jelly behind the tower as well. Wow. Okay, so that was a fight over there in the mid camps on the left side, but then on the right side, Ivory were able to pick up a kill onto Invidious.
Yeah, so Ivory got 2 kills, 1 there. Oh, nice Spirit Ball from Just Rogue. Jack 47 forced to use his beads to dash away there. Very little health. He's gotten himself out of a couple of narrow scrapes in this game.
Yeah, and that's the second time this game. I don't know how he does it, but then again, he's on to a kit who has 10 million jumps, so it's very, very close, and it's a nice attempt from Invidious to try and get the kills, but it's just not coming through, and not killing a Circuit is not what you want. If she gets away, she can come back right away, get back to farming, and get back to Circuit. That is what she wants to be. It's what she needs to be as well.
Exactly right. We could see Mouse and Just Jelly putting up this Gold Fury. You know, that I've really dominated the Gold Fury fights in the last game.
And I don't think the Gold Fury is going to come down to winning this fight, this game, excuse me. So, because of what we saw last game, Ivory were in favor of those Gold Furies. They had the ward coverage. They secured them. They got the Fire Giant as well, but that nice steal from Top Notch was able to take that first one away. I'm not too sure how this one's going to go down. It's really interesting. I mean, I'm just basing everything off last game, and it was just so back and forth. It really comes down to these team fights.
Exactly right. It's about whoever gets the initiation, who can position their team the best. And then both teams have got great amounts of initiation. Like if you look towards Invidious, Just Rogue with a Spirit Ball, you've got a freeze from Nick Crick, Freemason's got the Eagles Rally, even Top Notch diving in there with the Lord of the Afterlife could be great initiation for his team. But Synchro gets Spirit Ball from Just Rogue, just like we mentioned. There is the Dispel magic to silence him, but able to use the Defender of Olympus before he gets out there. Mouse gets extremely low from Nick Crick and Freemason. Just Jelly shields him and gets him out of trouble there.
And that's the Gibbs shield coming into favor, exactly using it exactly how it's supposed to, countering that Ymir freeze. Just Jelly making sure he's not getting frozen up so that he can't use it himself. So very nicely played there by Ivory, but also yeah, the disengage from Synchro with the Defender of Olympus getting him out of there. Very, very close to being killed by Invidious, but yeah, just nice disengage, excuse me.
Over on the left-hand side, Rana forced to jump away from Rob Diggity. There's the Sunbreaker. He's got the mark of the Golden Crow on him, and Rob Diggity picks up another kill there. Last game, he did tremendous work on that Ho-Yi, and he's going to need to do it again if Ivory wants to win this match.
And now that Rob Diggity is able to 1v1 Rana, he's just going to extend his lead. He can farm up freely. He can get more items much further ahead, and yeah, if he can 1v1 him while his team is behind, in terms of kills and gold, it's just going to be able to... He's going to be able to carry from that 80 carry position.
Exactly right. It wasn't anything necessarily Rob did wrong last game. The only reason Ivory lost, I felt, was because they went for that Titan at the end there with only 2 members and under half health. Could have waited a little bit, taken a few more objectives. They had 2 Phoenixes down, so it wasn't like Invidious wasn't going to be putting the pressure on them anytime soon. I think they were just a bit frustrated with how the game had gone and wanted to get it over and done with quickly. This game, they're going to be a little bit more patient and not take as many of those risks. But getting Rob Diggity online has certainly got to be a priority for him.
And whoever can pick off the carries first will win the team fight. Oh, one onto Freemason, but his shield bashes away from that over there in the solo lane. So we've hit a little bit of a lull. I mean, they're not fighting each other right off the bat. Oh, blink in from Netcrick. He's going to get the freeze, but that's a beads force from Rob Diggity. And he's going to go back to tower, and here's Just Jelly for the support as Invidious. Okay, so Netcrick is to go back to mid lane and help out that there. So they're not at each other's throats like we saw last game.
One thing I want to point out is Just Jelly went for sovereignty before he got his boots.
Interesting.
I think that's because Geb has a lot more natural... Oh, over in the left-hand side lane, Rob Diggity going in again on Runner, who's forced to jump away very nicely. Just Rogue coming around along with Nickrick. There's the defender of Olympus onto Jack47, who's in the backline. Synchro picks up the kill there, but here's Freemason and Just Rogue. Mouse dropping bombs out there. There's Rob Diggity with the Sunbreaker as well. Synchro's got a double onto Just Rogue. Good freeze from Nickrick, but will it be enough to save him? It will not, as Rob Diggity has got himself a kill. Top Notch is in there as well, doing lots of damage along with Freemason, but a Mouse picks up a kill, and Synchro has got less health than I have money. Top Notch looking to run away here, gets stunned in place by Rob Diggity with the ricochet. He's looking to escape. Can he get out Nightfall?
Oh, I don't know. There's the dash in from Mouse. He's stunned, and he will secure the kill onto Top Notch, and that's a deicide for Ivory Gaming. And now they can secure the Gold Fury if they wish, but it looks like they're going for this left lane tower. Actually, no, they're going to completely disengage. Could get that Gold Fury, though.
They could have, but they were low on health and low on mana. You know, take the kills, go away, farm up. You know, Jack47's just out there taking buffs, de-warding, doing what he needs to do as a jungler. You know, they don't want to get too greedy. It's like they overextended at the end of the last game, and they don't want to be caught in a similar situation this game. So
Jack47 was on the right side of the map into that fight. Was he in the fight? Because if not, that was a 4-5 deicide.
He was, because Synchro used his Defender of Olympus to get to the back line of the fight by getting onto Jack47, who then got low, and then he left the fight. Okay.
Oh, there's a bit of aggression coming through to the mid lane. Oh, ball's not going to land, and... Whew, this game. I believe they could have gone for Gold Fury. As long as they believed in the heart of the cards, they could have gone for it, but they didn't. And so they still have the lead now. They're in favor of, only 500 gold, so it's actually a lot more even than I previously suspected.
Good Spirit Ball from Just Rogue there. Shield from Just Jelly to get him out of trouble. That could have been very dangerous if Just Jelly wasn't around.
Oh, definitely. Oh, look at the builds. Rob Diggity's going for the same with the Fatals. Oh, Blink in the mid lane. Beads forced from Mouse without the Frost Breath being used. He preemptively beads, which is always nice, but beats for nothing.
Jack47 jumps in on Rana here. Pushes in, uses the last breath on him. There's the defender of Olympus from Synchro. Needs to taunt him. There he is. Down comes the shield roll. Synchro's got another kill.
Oh, and Pythagoras from Synchro. This is huge. Oh, nice Spirit Ball into Jack47. There is the Eagles rally as well. And there's the Sunbreaker on top of everything with the Shards of Ice. And that is now... that was Synchro going down there. Only Synchro. That was a lot of ultimates used for one member. Jack47 getting out again on just a tiny sliver of health. But Invidious now they're aggressing. Oh, it's a bit. Oh, Spirit Ball landing onto Mouse. Nice Dispel magic to silence out Just Jelly after he blinks. And there's a shield onto Mouse. He'll be able to get away. And the rollout for Just Jelly. He's going to be able to get away from this one. Actually, oh, nice stun. Blink under tower. Mouse with the Frost Breath, but he beats that one away. Was it beats? No, he just waited it out. With the Glacial Strike, he took a lot of damage there.
For sure, and now, you know, Rob Diggity's looking at this Gold Fury, trying to just do it 1v1. Here comes Just Jelly to help him out. I don't know if Rana spotted him out. No, he hasn't, but Rob realizing don't really have the lifesteal to do that, and he can't really solo objectives like that in this new meta. Crew's just going to back off from it, go back to lane, see if he can find another kill on a Rana.
Yeah, and we'll have to see. I'm taking a look at the build, and because of the Fatalis, like you mentioned last game, the boxing potential for Rob Diggity, as well as he's 3-0 versus 0-3, Rob Diggity is going to be in favor of this fight.
Exactly right, and he'll need to be because Rana is very good at hitting abilities. He used to main mid, so hitting abilities is something of his specialty. Still needs to work on his auto attacks, I think, after we saw Rob Diggity successfully juke him out earlier. Rob, probably the better boxer at this stage, hence the Fatalis as well.
All blink in the mid lane, followed by a Cataclysm. There's the beads force from Just Rogue. Circular protection is down. Defender of Olympus onto Just Jelly. Equals Rally on top of everything. There is the Shards of Ice as well. Just Jelly, he's extremely low. He's disarmed as well. There's the stun from Synchro. Sorry, the taunt coming through. And Top Notch is aggressing. Freemason gets a kill onto Just Jelly. Rob Diggity solos out Run of a Runner like we just mentioned. And that is a 1-for-1 trade across the map.
And I think it's probably more worth for Ivory. They took out the 80 carry while only losing their support. And you ask anyone, and that that's a good trade. You'll take that any day of the week.
Hashtag
and it was a whole team fight to take out Just Jelly, whereas Rob Diggity just kind of soloed Rana. But we can see that Freemason is rotating across now, along with Top Notch, who teleported to the tower to try and stop Rob Diggity from taking it out. But Rob was backing off anyway. Ivory looking pretty strong in this one.
The kills are 9 to, so they're up by 3 kills, and it's all on Rob. He's 4-0 currently, and that's huge. OCE 4-0, that is massive, especially 20 minutes into this game.
Exactly right, and Rob Dignity's OCE is pretty awesome from what we've seen in these last couple of games.
It's awesome indeed. Oh, and that's the solo lane tower going down after a blink freeze from Nitcrick, trying to defend, but unfortunately won't. That's the second tower of the game, excuse me, for Ivory Gaming.
Yeah, and Mouse gonna back in the mid lane here. Rogue, he's moved all over the shop for Invidious and Silicon when they were that. We've got a game pause here from Rob Diggity. Possibly someone has disconnected. But Just Rogue has moved all over the shop. He started out in ADC, then he moved to jungle, and now he's in mid. And he's done well wherever he's moved to. He was excellent in the jungle for Silicon. Really the high point of their team was his jungling. And now in mid, in all the games we've seen him in, he's just performed at a really high level.
Just Rogue is an absolutely top tier player. I mean, like you mentioned, he's played 3 roles for the same team, and now we see him in the mid lane. It seems like he's in his comfort spot. I mean, out of all 3 roles that we've seen him in, this one seems like it's his favorite because he's playing so well.
Exactly right, and he's shown an ability, an incredible aptitude for hitting his abilities, particularly that Scylla Armor Monster.
Over here in the duo lane, Rana Marana does get killed after a kick from Freemason. Very nice pickup. They force the lane back in favor of Rana Marana there.
It's a Rob Diggity falling down there, alleviates some of the pressure on the left-hand side of the minimap. And you can see Jack47 rotating to the right here, possibly looking for a kill onto Top Notch along with Synchro, but no, he's backing away now, just going to take a mid-wave along with Mouse, dashes away from Spirit Ball.
Yeah, these Spirit Balls are on point. He's forcing escape, or as Jack47, there's a wall on towards him, he's got the ambush, so he'll be able to get away. But the Spirit Balls coming out from Just Rogue are on point. He's forcing beads and he's forcing dashes, and if they don't, then they land. And it's huge.
Exactly right. Alright, it looks like Nick Crick, Freemason, and Just Rogue are looking for something towards this mid lane here. Crick possibly just warding up, looking for a camp or 2. Yeah, just confirming those right-hand side mids are down. Over in the left, Rana getting aggressive onto Just Jelly, who's forced to shield himself and get away.
Oh, and what's happening, QZ? I have a little bit of a detriment here.
So it looks like Synchro has Spirit Balled and taken out in quick succession by the boys from Invidious. They'll bring back up the kills towards their favor. It's 11-2 at the moment. And it's, oh my goodness, they're engaging under the tier 2 at the moment.
Oh, under the tier 2, what is going on? Both teams always love to dive each other, and it seems like it here. There's the disengage though. Yeah,
and they're lucky that only Synchro fell there because it was a pretty heavy engage from Invidious. Rana split pushing really nicely as well, just to save his tier 1 tower on the left. But 4-man grouping for Invidious, they could be thinking about the Gold Fury.
Oh, and if they do get this Gold Fury, that'll get them into the lead. Well, they are ahead in a gold lead, but the kill lead is still in favor of Ivory. So the pressuring mid. looking for the engagement. And the engagement is the Blink Ymir and the Bologna Eagles rally. So that's really what we have to look out for. But the counter engage with the Cataclysm from Just Jelly is going to be huge. There's a circle of protection from Just Rogue going down. Eagles rally as well is going to buff up all of Invidious. And there's the Sunbreaker going down on top of everything. And now Invidious are aggressing under the tier 1 tower. Top Notch does go down after he was a little bit too aggressive. There's Jack 47. He's got the last breath, and the Gib Shield will keep him alive for a little bit longer. The taunt from Synchro will get the kill onto Just Rogue, and the jump away from Rana. Nightkirk, will he go down? Yes, he will. Rob Diggity, now he's 5-1. Freemason, Ivory have turned this game around.
And Rana hitting a nice axe stun there onto Synchro, but Freemason gets dash toward, bleeds out of the taunt there. He's actually still got last breath poison on him because it spread from everyone after, I can't remember who even the first death was. I think it was Top Notch. It went, spread onto the others as well. Freemason getting extremely low there from the mouse bombs and does in fact fall down. Rana gets taunted in nicely there by Synchro. Rob Diggity trying to get another kill here, but it's not going to be enough. Rana jumps away.
Ooh, and he almost landed that axe there to kill Just Jelly, but nice team fight turnaround from Ivory Gaming. They waited out the Eagles rally and the Circle of Protection. They completely disengaged, but once those two ultimates were down, they decided, let's fight. And once Top Notch was in the backline, he tanked up too much. Rana with he gets stunned up. The taunt won't land. There's a jump in from Rob Diggity, and the last auto attack will secure the kill. And they'll just look back at Gold Fury, but have Invidious delayed them enough. What's it worth though?
Just Rogue looking to come in here. He could steal this with a nicely placed Spirit Ball. 47 and Just Jelly gonna keep him out. Good Sunbreaker there from Rob Diggity. Enough to secure the Gold Fury, and Jack 47 going in ham on Just Rogue. There's the Circle of Protection. There's the Stone Shield as well from Just Jelly. Top Notch jumps onto Jack 47, hits him with the sickle. He dashes away now with the ambush, and now it is Invidious' turn to be turned on. Rob Diggity picks up another kill. He is going absolutely ham in these two games. I think if any teams that are watching this right now could take anything away from this game, it is do not give Rob Diggity Ho-Yi, because he will make you pay.
Yeah, I want to see how well he does on another character though, because of course Ho-Yi is so strong. Oh, there's a dash in and the taunt onto Nightkirk. Will he go down? Stun from Mouse. Very nice combo of the Freeze and Eagles rally. Freemason trying to engage but doesn't get too much damage down. Just Jelly now takes too many tower shots. He's going to walk away from that. He's got the rollout, but it's blocked by the wall. Now he's CC immune. He will be able to get away from that. But it looks like Invidious is still chasing. There's the Blink Freeze onto Just Jelly. Will he go down? Glacial Strike does a lot of damage. Shards of Ice now. There's the stun from Mouse. It will disengage Invidious. There's the stun from Rana, but not enough damage to secure Just Jelly as he rolls out away from that one. Husey, what's going on in these games? They just love to fight and for as long as possible.
And Ivory's coming out on top of them at the moment. They're getting the kills and not really having to pay for them.
So, as we were talking about before, Rob Diggity, he's coming up massive on this Ho-Yi.
He definitely is. I think last game he went something insane like 17-3. Or probably a little bit less than that, but it was around that level. Like, it was just a huge amount of kills with very little deaths, and a huge amount of damage output. And really, he set up a lot of kills for his team as well. And Nightkirk is going to get caught out here by Ivory. Freezes most of them. Jack 47 manages to pick up a kill. Just Rogue hits a Spirit Ball, but not enough to save his teammate.
Oh, a nice pickup there by Ivory. That's a little bit of engage taken away from Invidious and a lot of health. That's their tank just gone. No one was there to support him at all. He was just sort of pushed too far without any support. So nice pickup by Ivory.
Yeah, exactly right. And Ivory, as I said, looking very strong in this game. Invidious needs to step up in this one. Otherwise, they're in risk of giving a game to Ivory.
We'll have to see if it goes to 1 hour again. No idea though. So let's see who can close out a game. Right now, it seems like Ivory are in position to do so, but based on last game, it very well could go to another hour.
Yeah, if we look at our graphs at this point, it's a 12,000 XP lead for Ivory and a 3,700 gold.
But look at the graph. It's in favor of Invidious, but then it drops back down. But then they took it back up again, and then Ivory just took it back about 2 minutes ago, so it's so back and forth right now.
Exactly right. Looks like a heavy grouping around this fire giant here for both teams. I don't think either of them are seriously thinking about it at this point. Maybe just trying to bait out a fight in that area.
Just something I want to point out is that Topnotch is currently 1 and 5 and 6 assists. He's not doing as well on Osiris as he was tier last game, and tier was open. So he's not sure. Oh, just rogue. Oh, so much coming through. He's forced the moving Aegis. Circle of protection did go down as well. One more auto attack from Rob Diggity would have secured the kill. Frost Breath won't land from Netcrick, and this is the siege from Ivory.
I think Topnotch plays better on gods with like a hard peel. Like, you know, the tier Fearless, the Odin's got his Ring of Spears. Now, Just Jelly blinks in under the tier 2 tower, uses the Cataclysm, gets stunned out by the Just Rogue Spirit Ball, uses the shield to try and get himself out, but Runner picks up the kill, but Mouse is doing intense amounts of damage with his bombs. There's the Sunbreaker from Rob Diggity as well, and this fight is continuing back down the mid lane as Invidious is looking to try and pick up some kills on Ivory.
Yeah, and they're still engaging. The Primitive Crick is down, so that's a lot of their engage. The Eagles rally as well is down, so they can disengage very easily. That's Ivory, and as you saw the stun from Mouse coming through, they're able to get under tower. Oh, Blink from Netcrick onto Mouse, and the stun from Mouse for the turnaround, and the damage coming through. Rob Diggity picks Topnotch up under tower, and now it's Invidious on the run. Who will be able to get another kill? It won't be anyone. They're just going to disengage, and it was 1-0 there.
Exactly right. Rob Diggity got my vote for MVP of this series so far. Despite the result of the last game, it'd be in contention, I think, with Just Rogue from Invidious. If Invidious wins this game as well and takes out both in the series, it's got to go to him. But I think if Ivory can pick it out, it's got to be Rob Diggity. Like, I don't think anyone's had a bigger impact on the game than he has.
That's true. Other than Just Jelly is your Millwalls in the game 1.
If he'd hit a couple more freezes, I'd be more inclined. He's got my third place vote at the moment, but Rob Diggity, just the insane amount of damage he's been putting out as well as kills has just been incredible for Ivory. And now they're looking towards this Gold Fury. They've already picked up one this game. They took all of them last game. Unfortunately, unfortunately for them, they weren't able to get any of the Fire Giants. Sorry, they did get one actually, but they wasted a lot of it. This Gold Fury will be important for them to extend their lead.
So if you take a look at player damage, that's number 4, it's Rob Diggity on top, 24,000 player damage right now. He is 4 and 3 is 7,000 player damage on top of an Agni. An Agni with his poke damage from his Rainfire and his passive as well, dealing so much damage. How is he doing it? It's huge. Rob Diggity showing up this game.
Yeah, definitely. And Ivory need that player to show up to lead them, into a position of contention in this Pro League. They weren't even supposed to be here. Citadel Gaming disbanded a couple days into the official start of the OPL. Thankfully allowed a spot for Ivory to come through. And, first game, of course, who's it against? Invidious, the team that knocked them out in the qualifiers. They dropped a game before, but this is the chance in game 2 to get their revenge.
Yeah, will they tie it up 1-1 or will it 2-0 to Invidious? But right now it might go 2-1. We'll have to see. Ivory 21-12 in favor of kills. The gold is 6.7k in favor of them. 15,000k XP, but that XP lead is starting to dwindle as Invidious and Ivory are now reaching level 20.
Ivory really aren't sure what they're supposed to be doing at this point with their lead. They should be grouping and trying to push objectives, take towers and all that, because they are so far ahead of Invidious, but they're really not. They're all a little bit over the shop. They're kind of grouping up now. I guess the shot call is really getting them in line, telling them, hey, we need to be doing something here. We don't want to throw this game. Going onto this tier 2 tower here. Netcrick looking to get an engage here. Jack 47 stunned out by the runner on axe. He's taken extremely low. Basically crosses past with Freemason in the air there. There's the Sunbreaker from Rob Diggity, and Invidious look like they might lose this tower.
They very well. There's a blink stun from Netcrick. A lot of damage down onto Mouse. There's a wall as well after the dash. Blocks him up. Freemason gets a kill on towards him. And now just Jelly on the backside of the fight. He's trying to peel. There's a nice stun coming through. Wall again. Freeze. Now it's Guardian versus Guardian. But off the backside of the fight around the Fire Giant is Top Notch. He teleported in from that duo lane. And Rana and Freemason get a kill onto Rob Diggity by that tier 2. And look at this. In the backside is just Jelly. He's just going to recall. And that's a Fire Giant started up for Invidious.
It's going to need to be a steal combo here from Jack47 and Synchro to dive in and use the defender of Olympus, and it looks exactly like what's happening, but they're not quite at the Fire Giant. They're actually looking to fight Invidious a little bit here. It seems like Synchro going in hard in the backline of Invidious, but now there's a good wall from Netcrick. Great Spirit Ball there from Just Rogue to take you out. Good Stone Shield on Jack47 once the Eagles rally is used from Freemason to get him out of trouble there. Rana looks for the axe, but not going to find it. And it looks like Ivory's actually dissuaded Invidious from doing this Fire Giant.
But now they're looking towards this mid lane. They're gonna cure that tower, and because of that split push from Top Notch over there in the duo lane, they'll be able to get all tier 1 towers down. But it's still in favor of Ivory. Oh, nice stun down onto just Jelly. Freeze coming through, but he's got the Gib shield on towards him. There's Cataclysm. All the rain fires coming down. It's a lot of damage coming through from Mouse. But now, Invidious gonna look to disengage. It seems that way. Yeah, it's gonna be a disengage from Invidious. They're not gonna secure a kill. They'll only take the mid lane tower.
Invidious have really been kind of fearless when they've been down against Ivory. They haven't been afraid to engage. Haven't been afraid to push objectives, to look for picks and all that kind of stuff. And that's what brought them back in the last game, and they're kind of coming back a little bit in this one.
Yeah, but it also comes back to, like you said, the shot calling. They were dilly-dallying a little bit, but now, after that fight over there in the tier 2 tower, it seems like they've pulled themselves together, and now they're starting to come and fight. And take objectives.
Yeah.
Definitely what you want to do is take all the objectives.
Exactly right. In the mid lane, we see a 4-man grouping from Ivory to push down a tower here. They still do have a little bit of a lead, but it's going to be a dangerous situation. They can't really dictate very strongly. There's the Eagles rally from Freemason onto Ivory. There's a Sunbreaker from Rob Diggity looking to just push Invidious out of the way and disengage his team because this is a bad fight for them. Rana and the rest of Invidious want to engage here. Top Notch teleported toward and he's behind him. I don't think Ivory knows he's there. He's diving Rob Diggity under the tower, uses the dive bomb to get away. Top Notch almost gets a kill there, but doesn't quite make it, taking a lot of tower shots and probably going to fall. Yes, he does. There's a Circle of Protection from Just Rogue. He'll need to proc it soon to heal up. Good hit from Just Jelly to hit Just Rogue under tower. Uses the moving H to get out, but Mouse picks up a nice kill there. 3-man taunt from Synchro gets Invidious in a bad position, and Ivory looking to clean up.
Yeah, and it was the splitting up of Invidious that turned this fight around for Ivory, and now Ivory on the backside. Here is Netcrick trying to get away. Eagles rally down onto 3 to try to disengage, but nice taunt. Got a force out of beads. Netcrick, will he go down? No, he's still trying to disengage. There is Run. He's got the moving Aegis. Rob Diggity will secure the kill onto Netcrick over there by the speed buff, and now Invidious. They tried the nice flank by Top Notch with the tower, the teleport towards, but Ivory turned it around after that, and that was a beautiful knock away for Just Jelly onto Just Rogue.
And now he's blinking in, doesn't hit the Cataclysm on Rana, distracting a little bit from his earlier skill, but still a great rollout to hit him under tower, but looks like they're going for the Gold Fury at this point. On the right-hand side, they did take the tier 2, but yeah, it looks like Mouse, Jelly, and Rob Diggity going for this Gold Fury, just trying to get a little bit of extra gold in their pockets to finish off their builds and then push for the win.
And it'll be interesting to see if they go for a Fire Giant. They shouldn't go for a Fire Giant before aggressing on towards the Phoenix. Oh wow, they're disengaging. Oh,
Invidious is going for the Fire Giant now.
And Ivory, no, they fully disengaged from Gold Fury as soon as they found out. Now it's Invidious trying to get away from Fire Giant as Just Jelly is rolling out with a Defender of Olympus on top of him. And nothing else from that. Bit of Rainfire coming down on the mid camps onto Rana. Won't land though. Fire Giant from Invidious. Why do you reckon they went for that there?
I'm not sure. I think they were just trying to get in Ivory to wherever they were, so they knew where Ivory was. Now it looks like Invidious is going to go for this Gold Fury that Ivory was looking to just before. I guess they figured that since Ivory backed off and they're all quite low health, they were basic and they could sneak it really quickly. I don't think they expected them to go to the Gold Fury and to be able to respond so quickly. But now another fight looks like it's breaking out around this Gold Fury.
Yeah, and neither team want to do it while the other is around. It's so much easier now to take down a Gold Fury. Oh, there's a blink in knock-up onto Top Notch from Just Jelly. He's got the Judgment Tether. He'll be stunned out if he keeps chasing. Netcrick does get stunned up by Rob Diggity. Those auto attacks with the Market Golden Crow dealing so much damage. Circle of Protection to try and keep him alive, but he will go down to Mouse's Rain Fire. There's the last breath. Now on to Freemason, but he'll just beads away from that and won't take too much damage. Top Notch now in a spot of trouble. Rainfire from Mouse dealing so much damage. So is the Cataclysm. Oh, that deals a lot of damage as well. Eagles rally for the disengage from Freemason rather than aggressively.
Yeah, and now Ivory still sieging this middle Phoenix, and they can take it if they want. Synchro dives in, uses the shield wall, but doesn't kill Rhino. Rhino forces out the beads. In any case, Freemason getting extremely low. Good Sunbreaker from Rob Diggity, doing a lot of damage to the boys of Invidious, but Mouse is extremely low along with Just Jelly. Rob Diggity still full health, so he can do a lot of damage if he wants to. There goes the dive bomb to get out of the Judgment Tether from Top Notch, and now Ivory will disengage.
And after that aggression coming out from Ivory Gaming, they were only able to pick up a kill onto the support. That was Netcrick over there by the red buff on the left side. And both teams, their team fighting is improving from what we saw last game. And they're keeping each other alive, and they're just dealing so much damage, but no one's dying because of oh, actually cancel that. There is Synchro going very aggressive with Rana Barana. And now the turnaround for Ivory.
Yeah, so looking towards that fight now, Freemason just getting out now along with Top Notch and the rest of his crew. Now Ivory in a little bit of awkward position, not entirely sure what to do at this point. It looks like the call is the Gold Fury. Rob Diggity, Just Jelly going to do that one together. Mouse is over the wall, grabbing his red, and I'm sure he'll be along shortly.
Yeah, and the Gold Fury for Ivory, will they be able to see? Top Notch is right there, but he's not doing anything about it. I'm pretty sure he knows about it, but they're going towards that Fire Giant side of the map instead.
Well, and that's really where you kind of want to be. The next fight going to probably be around the Fire Giant, and that one's going to determine the game. At the moment, it looks like on the right-hand side, Jack47 getting caught out, uses the last breath onto Freemason. There's the Eagles rally. Bulwark of Hope is procced, and Freemason takes down Jack47.
And he was too far pushed without any wards. The only ward he had close enough was on the Fire Giant, but that's not where Invidious were going to come from. They'll come from the speed buff and that back camp. And he just had no vision, and there was a nice pick there for Invidious.
And now Just Jelly going to look like he might get back there, but the rollout was enough to get him away from the rest of Invidious. Invidious look at a group and get a good pick here. Spirit Ball doesn't connect with anyone on Ivory, but the Scourge from Freemason comes out and disarms only Just Jelly. Not really terribly much going on now as Rhino looks for an axe stun.
Yeah, and it won't land, unfortunately, and now the siege has been for Invidious. Not something I thought I would have seen in the past 5 minutes. So, even though Ivory are on top, that pick on the Jack7 really made them play defensively. There is a blink and beads from Mouse and Netcrick there. Ooh, that'll be down for the next 90 seconds. Is that a tier 3? It is. So, there is the engagement coming up from Freemason. Juicy takes through.
Alright, and now comes down the Sunbreaker from Rob Diggity, Defender of Olympus used by Synchro. Top Notch is going ham on Mouse, diving him onto the Phoenix while the tier 2 is still there. Rhino Brana takes that down nicely. Circle protection for pop from Just Rogue. Stun there from Mouse. Freemason getting extremely low. He could fall down here. Rhino Brana not doing much in the accent at the moment. Can't even hit the enemy team at this point. Rob Diggity picks up another kill. He's currently 10-2. Good blink there from Just Jelly. Knocks up Freemason. Ricochet doesn't connect from Rob Diggity, but he picks up the kill with an in-hand attack. Anyway, Jack47 chasing after Just Rogue, and Invidious in a bad spot right now.
Yeah, and Just Rogue will be picked up. There's the Cobra's Curse, followed by the Death, and the last breath will be able to secure that kill. There's the Moving Aegis trying to do whatever he can to stay alive, but he's going to go down, and a nice turnaround of a fight. That was a 3-for-1 trade in favor of him, of Ivory, and now they're going for this Phoenix. Do you reckon they'll be able to close this one out?
If they take a couple of Phoenix. Let's take a look at the respawn timers. The closest person respawning is Nickrick on 30 seconds. Runner and Topnotch are still alive. I don't know if they'll be able to do enough damage to stop 5 members of Ivory. What Ivory can do here, though, is take down the Phoenixes, like all of them, and then go for the Fire Giant, and then back by win.
Pretty much, yeah. All 3 Phoenixes down. That is massive and so hard to back from.
Aegis force there from Runner. Good bombs there. Mouse. Topnotch looking to engage under this Phoenix and try and defend it here. Pops a weakening curse. Good cataclysm from Just Jelly. Topnotch taken. Oh, he didn't lose terribly much health there, but you know, pretty of an unnecessary engage. Nickrick, he's back, blinks to the wall, looks for the Frostbreath, not to be found there, and the wall essentially stops his own team's momentum in its tracks. Ivory gonna look for this Fire Giant now.
With all 3 Phoenixes down, there's so much pressure onto Invidious. It'll take at least 2 people, one of which has to be a carry, to defend against all of those minions. So,
Ivory, they left the Fire Giant alone.
They won't be able to rush it. Invidious can't rush it down. They don't have people in position. If they were going for it, they would have had to start it in like -5 seconds.
And
for it to finish.
They can't now with 5 minions pressuring all of their lanes. They really have to be defending these lanes, keep them pushed out, so that when Ivory comes in to attack, it's going to take them a long time to do it.
But can someone get a nice... Oh, the Circle of Protection may steal it. Mix that in with a hail of arrows that can deal more than 900 damage.
Or a Spirit Ball?
Yeah, it can... Oh, there's a pause coming through. So it can be stolen, definitely, like we saw last game. With a tier power cleave, which is like the last thing that you would ever think would steal a Fire Giant.
Synchro now getting DC'd, and he should be back pretty shortly. All right, Nightfall. Looking at some of these builds, we can see Just Rogue's build going to be outputting a lot of damage.
Yeah, so that Soul Reaver is huge. The Spirit Balls at max range, while Soul Reaver is active, is going to deal more than half HP to one of the carries. He's got a scary build right there. Same with Mouse. He's got Thagarim's Peace, so that will give Synchro a lot of damage, as well as just Jelly with the Lifesteal. Not too
Synchro's got a Pythags as well, though.
Synchro, oh wow, they really want that that AoE, and the cover reduction coming from that as well is also very, very effective. It means you don't have to go for Shoes of Focus, so you can still get the penetration early, but you also get the Lifesteal and the
reductions.
That's the one.
As well as that, Synchro's got the Winged Blade for all the slows that Invidious has with the Ymir, the Osiris and Bologna, so that's going to be doing nice work from there. He's also got extra movement speed to get around the map even faster than Athena already does, which is pretty horrendously fast. We can see the pauses ended now. Jack 47 uses the last breath onto Just Rogue, who takes a lot of damage from the fireballs of Mr. Mouse. Topnotch barely escapes with his lives, forced to use the Lord of the Afterlife to get out there. Invidious can't really fight here. If any of them dies, it will be game over. They need every single member to defend that Titan. And Ivory looking to feel out where the rest of Invidious is before they go for this Fire Giant. Synchro and Mouse forced to back. And they're going to clean up some buffs before they go for this Fire Giant, but they need to be pressuring now while the Phoenixes are down.
Teleport from Topnotch over there to the left lane. Do Ivory know? If Ivory know, they should start the Fire Giant right away. But
they should be starting it anyway. Like, they've got 3 Phoenixes down. Like, go for the Fire Giant. Like,
yeah, do the Fire Giant
right there.
dance. It'll force Invidious away, because either Invidious are going to be there to try and stop the Fire Giant, and then the super minions will take the Titan, or they'll take the Fire Giant anyway. What are Ivory doing?
Another interesting... oh. Alright, we've hit a bit of a technical glitch there. We'll be back as soon as we can. Hi guys, unfortunately the replay file does not want to work for us there. We are going to tell you the winner of that final game. It is Ivory Gaming. They went 1-1 in the series with Invidious, so GG, well played to both teams. And now Nightfall, we're going to give out our MVPs.
Yep, so I think you'll agree with me when I say that Rob Diggity is number 1. His just hard carry potential and, well, not potential, his hard carry fact on Ho Yi in both games was massive, especially in game 1. Even though they lost, he still went 17-3, I think it was. And then in game 2, his player damage was the tippy-toppy of the score. So who do you reckon for number 2?
It's got to be just Rogue. Even though Invidious lost the second game in the first one, ultimates from Scylla were just absolutely on point, destroying Ivory and really turning a lot of the team fights around in the latter half of the game.
Mm-hmm. And number 3, I think we can give it
Just Jelly.
to Just Jelly. Yeah, his walls
Just
in
Jelly.
game 1.
His mere walls, and even some of the Geb shields he pulled out in the second game were all pretty amazing. And yeah, just did some fantastic work from the support position.
Yep, so those are our 3 MVPs. That's Rob Diggity number 1, that is just Rogue, and just Jelly number 2 and number 3. So well done to those players this week. And guys, we are going to head into our second set of tonight. It's Team Kamikaze versus the newly picked up Chiefs that is old too edgy. So we'll see their first official competitive match tonight right here in just a few short moments. We'll be right back.